Hey guys, as promised, here's my second video in my boxing breakdown series leading up to the super fight between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Triple G Golovkin. This time we're going to be taking a look at some of Gennady Golovkin's skills. Now, as the title suggests, in this video we're going to be breaking down some of Triple G's pressure fighting style and what makes him so successful with it. I just want to say that Golovkin is usually depicted by the boxing media as some kind of seek and destroy power punching brawler, but that does a huge disservice to his boxing abilities. Golovkin is a very intelligent, technical, counter punching pressure fighter who does the correct things very subtly, which is why most fans and boxing media only talk about his punching power. Okay, so the first topic we're going to be looking at is Golovkin's ability to consistently counter the jab. As you can see, when Golovkin's opponent throws the jab, Golovkin doesn't simply just parry or slip the jab. Golovkin steps forward with his own jab while simultaneously slipping and parrying his opponent's jab, thus effectively countering it. Okay, so before I move on, I just want to touch briefly on the theory that there are 3 different opportunities to successfully counter a punch. Those opportunities being pre-punch, mid-punch, and post-punch. Pre-punch being before the punch, mid being simultaneous with the punch, and post being after your opponent's punch. We can clearly see Golovkin, when countering his opponent's jabs, counters mid-punch or at the same time as his opponent. This is an exceptional display of timing from Golovkin. This skill is so important to Golovkin's success due to the fact that a good jab is crucial to nullify a pressure fighter, which Golovkin is. However, when your jab is being consistently countered by Golovkin, you start to become gun shy. But the thing is, you need a good jab to keep the pressure fighter off of you. But every time you throw the jab, you get countered, thus making you stop throwing the jab, which is exactly what the pressure fighter wants.
Sort of stays in his game. I don't mean stylistically or in terms of the...
Okay, so the next skill I'm going to be talking about that attributes to Golovkin's success as a pressure fighter is his ability to set up traps for his opponent. Naturally, when a pressure fighter is at close range, a good punch to catch them with is the uppercut. In this fight, Gabe Rosado would throw a lot of uppercuts when Golovkin closed the distance. He even landed a few good ones, but it became clear to Golovkin that this was going to be his game plan. Golovkin sets up this beautiful left hook by getting low and closing the distance, making himself open for an uppercut by Rosado. This of course is a trap because hooks are excellent counters to uppercuts, and vice versa. So as soon as Rosado begins to throw that uppercut, Golovkin springs the trap and nails him with a hook. Alright, let's break down what we just saw. So David Lemieux likes to use hooks as a counter to the jab. Golovkin, of course, picks up on this and sets up a trap. All of Golovkin's opponents prepare counters for his weapons since he is such a dangerous fighter, but Golovkin always picks up on these habits and sets up traps for his opponents to fall into. We see here that Golovkin throws a soft jab without the intent of doing any damage. This of course is a trap to get Lemieux to throw the hook as a counter, so that Golovkin could counter that hook with this big uppercut. And like I noted earlier, uppercuts are excellent counters to hooks. So we know that this is not a lucky punch from Golovkin. This is tactical, intelligent pressure fighting at its finest. Okay, so it's almost impossible to analyze Golovkin, or any pressure fighter for that matter, without talking about the ability to cut off the ring. Cutting off the ring is arguably the most important skill to possess in the ring if you're a pressure fighter. What I mean by cutting the ring is by maneuvering in a direction that will result in you blocking the direction your opponent is moving, therefore eliminating their escape options. The idea is to trap your opponent on the ropes or in the corner so that it becomes much easier to land these shots since they have nowhere to go. And once they're trapped, You can begin to land body shots which will slow down your opponent and eventually take away their mobility, and then it's basically a wrap from there. Golovkin has proven to be exceptional at cutting off the ring. You see here in the third round against Daniel Geale, Golovkin's able to pressure Geale into backing it up and giving the center of the ring to Golovkin. Once this happens, Geale is forced to become a mobile fighter to avoid getting trapped on the ropes. The thing is, most fighters who face Golovkin with the intent of fighting mobile, fighting on the outside, sticking and moving, they find that it's not a very effective strategy against him. Golovkin is so skilled at cutting off the ring, almost all of his knockouts come off of setups along the ropes or in the corner. Watch as Geale gets pressured into the ropes and steps to the side looking to escape. Golovkin doesn't follow Geale and let him escape, but rather mirrors him so that he'll end up in the corner if he keeps going in that direction. When Geale goes the other way, Golovkin continues to mirror him so that no matter which direction he goes, he'll either end up in a corner or stuck along the ropes. So which way does Daniel Geale go? Geale has no choice but to engage Golovkin, but Golovkin already knows this. While he's pressuring Geale around the ring, Golovkin stays defensively responsible by keeping his hands up high and maintaining a safe distance so that he's ready to counter Geale in case he decides to engage. Golovkin, in my opinion, is one of the best at cutting off the ring, and almost all of his fights are prime examples on how to do it. I'm not going to stay on this topic for too long, but Golovkin is eventually able to trap Geale along the ropes one last time and get him out of there with this right hand.
Которого получил в первом раунде, он его не сломал. Прокса идет вперед. Прокса пытается сделать то, что он умеет. Снова пропускает левый.
Something that impresses me about Golovkin is his use of the technique known as the Dempsey shift, or the Fitzsimmons shift, or double shift as it's called nowadays. A shift in boxing is when you throw a punch and throw a second punch while changing stances from orthodox to southpaw, or vice versa. This is a useful technique because it maximizes punching power while maintaining forward momentum. Of course, this is a risky move to pull off since it takes quite some time to complete a shift, giving your opponent ample time to counter you. Not only that, but the counter will have much more power due to you stepping into the punch. The shift is a good technique to use against an opponent who is backing away, however, which Proska is doing in this clip. That's all I got time for this video right now, but thanks for watching, guys. I just want you to know that this isn't the last video I'm going to be doing on Gennady Golovkin. I will be revisiting him, but this is all I have time for. I definitely have more I want to say about Golovkin. Definitely a lot more techniques that he has to offer that I wasn't able to get to today, but I will revisit him in the future. But stay tuned, guys. I will revisit this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.